Hello, good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. How is everyone? Are you all good? I hope so. Let's turn the volume down on this. I think I'm talking to myself for a minute. Morning, Claire. How are you? There is one person watching. That's really good. Good morning. Right. I haven't put the Frenchies out. There's no one else around, so I'm hoping. Could you be quiet, please? Could you be quiet? Morning, Shirley. How are you? Yogi thinks I'm talking to him. He's so silly. I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to the camera. Yes. No, you can't come up. Oh, God. Right, come here then. Oh. Right, this is Yogi. This is Yogi. Say hello, Yogi. Okay? Say hello. Could you speak? Okay, morning, Sam. How are you? Okay, morning, Kit. How are you? You want to say hello? Right, okay, you can get down now. Right. Okay, good morning, Wally. How are you? Sorry, you couldn't find the comments. Oh, dear. Right. Okay, they're now going to mess about on the floor. Might have to put them out in a minute, actually. But there you go. If they get too much, I'm going to put them out. Yogi, they're all saying good morning to you now. And now you're being naughty on the floor. Oh, bless them. They love to do this. When I'm about to do this, they think it's really great. Teresa and Tamara say hi too. Oh, bless. Right, hang on. I'm just going to put them out a minute because I can't cope with this. Right, come on. Come on. Out we go. Out we go. Come on. Off we go. Thank you. Oh, that's better. They can scratch at the door now, but I can cope with that. Right. I can't cope with the fact that he likes to, he actually likes to climb up my back when I'm trying to do this. Hello from India. It's Satyam, is that right? Satyam, good morning. How are you? I hope you've got better weather than we've got. Right, morning, morning the other Shirley, morning Tracy, morning Wendy. Wendy, did you manage to sort your problem out yesterday? Give me a yell if you didn't. Okay, yes, they are worse than children, but I tell you what, Claire, if I knew now what I knew, if I knew 23 years ago what I know now, I'd have had Frenchies. So much easier. I'd have had Frenchies, and they don't cost as much in the long run, to be quite honest. Holly is cuddled up next to me on the sofa. Are you seeing Ahana today, Shirley? Isn't it great how I know everybody's dog's names? But there you go. Right, the other thing is, please excuse my hair this morning. It has, I'm following the curly girl method, and it has a hair mask in it. I slept in the hair mask in it last night. It's got a treatment in it. And I've showered and everything this morning, but I didn't want to take it off yet. So I'm leaving it on as long as possible. So I'm good. What about you, ma'am? I'm really good, actually. Thank you, ma'am. Oh, my God, that makes me sound like the Queen. Yeah, I'm very good. Thank you, Satyam. The weather it's pouring with rain in the middle of our summer, but hey, that's fine. So do I like India? I've never been, actually. It's somewhere I would love to go. So hopefully one day we can do that. Right. Okay, I'm going to get on and morning, Sue. Sue, I'll be round to you today. I've got could you let me know if you're in the shop or at home, because I've got your delivery here. Right, good morning. Right, I am going to drop the camera down and around and show you what we're going to be doing. It's the last card using this stamp set, which is the Lovely You. Not the last card I'll be doing, but it's the last card in our week series of this. So this is going to be the last one, and it's a man's card. So so that's quite nice. So yeah, so let's get let's drop the camera down and show you what we're doing, shall we? Right, let's see if I can do this successfully. Right, hang on. Down. Screen around. That was almost seamless this morning, unlike Thursday when it was a complete pig's ear. Right, let's just... that way a bit. There we go. I think we're pretty much in shot this morning, which is really good. Really good. I keep freezing on my my tablet, which is not great, but there you go. Okay, we're up the right way. It's good. Yes, you're off to good, Shirley. I hope it's not raining down with you. Right, okay. I can see what we're doing. Right, okay. So we're doing this one this morning, so I promised you that again we would be using the Many Marvellous markers. Morning, Pauline, which we are, and we've got 4 colours to use today. They are, hang on, what have we got? We have Bermuda Bay, Pretty Peacock, Coastal Cabana, and Sahara Sand. Those are the 4 colours we're going to be using today. And I said that I would show you how to use your markers and create a stamped off effect. So you can see that we've got lights and darks of the same colour. So we've got varying shades, okay? So for this card, you are going to need, this is 11 inches. No, it's not. Let me double check. Yes, it is. It's 11 inches long by 5.5 inches wide, and you score at 5.5 inches, okay? Your layers are there, and we're that way up. Shall I hold it the right way up? Are 5.25 by 5.25, then 5 by 5. Okay, and you need 2 of each of the layers because you've got the inside as well. And then I've just used scraps, and my scraps are 1 inch, 3/4 of an inch, and 1/2 inch, okay, to create your label on the front. And I'm going to show you how to create this effect. It's very similar to the masking that we did the other day. I've put my post-it notes in a drawer. Hang on, because I need to find, oh, there they are. That's good. I've got my post-it notes. So that's what we're going to create. I've got all the bits and pieces sat here ready. So I'll pop those to one side. We are going to also be using our Stamp and Scrub quite a lot because I'm going to be changing colours in between. So first of all, I'm going to stick these 2 layers. I'm going to stick the layers down, the Coastal Cabana to the Pretty Peacock. That's my first job this morning, I think. And then we can get on to the exciting, fun part of colouring. Right, I'm using the seal this morning, hoping it's going to work. I have found, once you've got it to start, that, am I at the end? I think, do you know what? I think I'm at the end of the roll. No, there is still some. There's still some left on there. Right, hang on. Yeah, there is. There it is. Right, let me prime this. I used it the other day, used loads of it. I'm loving this. You really don't need to, unlike the snail where you had to press quite hard, this you don't. And I found if you do press too hard, it stops. So it's a really light touch, okay? But you get lots more on it than you did the snail, so it's really good value. Right, okay, so that's my front layer. Okay. Oh, perhaps I really am at the end of it now. No, not quite. This poor little, I called it snail, didn't I? Sammy the seal has worked really hard the last week since I've had him, actually. He's worked on numerous projects, some of them quite big. I've been doing a really big project for my upline. She's having a retreat, and I used quite a lot of my seal doing that, and then various other things. Right, so that's our 2 mats and layers in. So that can go to one side now. Now I'm going to grab our stamp set, and I'm going to grab a piece of the Whisper White. Thank you, Shirley. I'm glad you like it. Right, so that's what we need. So as you can see, I've used the long leaf, which is this one, and I've used this one. They're the only two I've used apart from the You're My Person. And as you can see, the You're My Person here is above each other. So I'm going to show you how to do it so it's like this, okay? Hopefully. Right, so let's grab the stamps out. And You're My Person. I think that's the one. Yes, You're My Person. Okay, so those are the only two we need, and we'll need the punching a bit as well. So I'll pop those bits out the way. So You're My Person. Let's just pop that onto. In fact, I'm going to pop that onto there. I think no, onto there. Right, I've got that on that block. That one will go on there. That one will go on there. Right. Okay. So we've got them. We've got our blocks now. So don't need that one. Can pop it out the way. The first thing we're going to do before we get to do any stamping is you need a ruler. A ruler, and I did this really technically. You're going to love this. Right. I think it was 7/7 actually. From memory. Let me just check. Although it doesn't really matter where you position it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Right, so it's 10 squares up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Right, so, okay, so this is how I did it. I positioned this in the centre of my grid paper, okay? And what I did, and I worked this way, okay, was I grabbed my ruler. Let's move that out of the way. And I did 3 squares, okay, in, and 3 squares up. So hang on, let me position that correctly. So I've got 3 squares across there, that's the line, and then I've got 3 squares there. And I literally just drew a very faint line, okay? Then again, I went from that corner 3 squares down and 3 squares across, okay? And I drew a faint line, okay? Now, in measurement terms, that is roughly, get the ruler around the right way, roughly 3/4 of an inch. So if you did a dot 3/4 of an inch and 3/4 of an inch and you joined them, you would be approximately correct, okay? Let's just double check. Do you know what, that looks off to me? It is 3. Ah, it's that one. Look at that. I knew that wasn't right. That's better. Okay, that's much better. Right, pencil rubber. I can clear this bit in a minute, but that's fine. Okay. I can see. Right, that's fine. I can see enough to be able to do what I need to do. Right, so as with the other one, the good old post-it notes are coming back out again. So I tell you what, we'll do this side first. Let's get my post-it notes along that line. Okay. When I next do an Amazon order, I must make sure that I've got some larger post-it notes. Right, I'm just going to cover that end as well. Right, so I've got both ends covered now, okay? Pop those out of the way. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to do this foliage coming up here with this leaf even, okay? So just pop it onto my block. I don't need my pencil anymore. Okay, so I'm going to use Pretty Peacock. That's the first one I'm going to use, and then I'm going to infill behind it if I want some other colour. Okay, so again, all I'm going to do is using the side of the brush. Okay, I start in the centre. So I'm going to stamp once, then I'm going to stamp twice, and then I'm going to do a third one. Okay, so it gives you 3 lots of colour variation. Okay, so again, we're going to go once, twice, 3 times. Okay, there's a song in there. I'm not singing it. Can use stencil tape as well. I know, Shirley, you can, but to be quite honest, I tend to not take the risk doing anything like that. I stick to my post-it notes, and they're really accessible for most people. They may not have stencil tape, so that's kind of my reasoning behind this. Right, so I'm going to use this one now, and we're going to use a little bit of Sahara sand. So just going to colour it, and when you're doing this one, it doesn't look as though you're actually putting any colour on, but you definitely are. So we're going to just bring this in just to add some colour, a different shade, just a couple of them. Have one there. So on all the projects that we've done this week, I have not used a single ink pad. Everything has been done with the markers, to show you that if you go away on holiday, or you've only just started your collection and you haven't got many of the things, that you can buy the markers as the start of buying the colours. And it's a good way to do it. Right, okay, so now we're going to use this leaf again, and we're going to do this top area. Okay, so I'm just going to lay a few down, stamp that one off. This could look really pretty done in greens. Okay, right, so I'm just going to clean that one now. Morning, Catherine. How are you? Yes, 3 times a lady, Shirley, Pauline. That's right. I wasn't going to sing it though. Okay, so that one's clean. Let's put the top on my pen again. So your Stamp and Write markers are a really good way to add colour and extra texture, especially if you haven't got all the ink pads. Right, I want to just see how dark that is. Oh, that's. I'm going to stamp it off once and twice, and I'm going to use a dark one as well, I think. I have a dark one there and there. Okay, right, and I'm going to bring in, let's bring in that one as well. So we'll clean this. Okay. All right. We're just going to add this one in. It adds another depth of colour. I seem to have lots down there, but not much up here. Let's just bring this in again up here. There we go. Okay, so that is one side. So we're going to take all the post-it notes off. Okay. Don't worry about your lines, because they're all going to disappear in a minute. Line my post-it notes back up on the other side. Okay. Now, isn't it funny how they work one way and not the other? I must have used it, must have done them better this way. Right, so, oh, look what I've done. Silly me. That's why it worked better, because that was covering a narrower area. Nobody shouted at me and told me I was doing it upside down. Okay. Right. Get that edge covered. And I just want to cover this end just in case. Just in case. Okay, so we're going to start again like we did with this one. So this has got Pretty Peacock on it at the moment. I'm going to stamp it once, twice, 3 times. And again, once, twice, 3 times. Colouring it again, once, twice, 3 times. Okay, I'll fill that bit in. There we go. So that's with the Pretty Peacock. So I'm going to pop that to one side, so I'll be able to clean that in a minute. Then we're bringing back in our little leaf. Let's just give it a clean, because I want to use the Sahara sand. Okay. Colouring your little stamp. So any leaves that you've got, you could create this effect with, but I have showcased to you the lovely You stamp set this week to show you that it's not just for women, because it's got flowers in it. You can make men's cards out of this as well. In fact, actually, probably this would be a good set for pretty much any occasion, actually, because of the it's just really foliage. You don't even have to colour the flowers at the top of most of the foliage that is there. I've showed you how to not colour all the way up the stamp and have the flower or the leaves, so you can add different flowers on. So we've proved that this is quite a versatile set. Right, I'm going to turn this round so I'm working on it the correct way up. I'm going to have one there. Again, make sure when you do this with your markers, you're using the side of your pen. You don't want to ruin the tip of your pen. Right, we'll just clean that one. Let's go for this one for a minute. This is Coastal Cabana. Okay. And we'll just stamp once, twice, 3 times. And again, once, twice, 3 times. Okay, clean it off. And we'll bring in the Coastal Cabana. And I'm going to go once, twice, 3 times. And I think that's all I'm doing on that. So I'm going to clean that one off. That one's clean. That one's clean. Okay, so right, quick slurp of coffee. My stool is not very comfortable this morning. Or should I say it's me that's not very comfortable this morning, actually. So, take my post-it notes off. Okay, get rid of them because I don't need them again now. Right. So, the next thing I'm going to do is grab my marker and my ruler, okay? And I am going to draw along that line. All right? So I'm using the fine end this time. Am I in shot? Yes, I am. That's good. In fact, I tell you, if you line up point to point, you should be approximately on line 2. Right. So you're going to grab your pen and draw your line, okay, like that. Then I'm going to go down to the next line. No, perhaps not quite so much, half a line. Hang on. That's down to the next line, making sure I'm straight. And then going up half a line, and I'm going to draw again, okay? So that's my lines. Slightly run out of ink in the middle there. Let's just go back and re-ink across that middle section. Okay, then in between there, going to come in. I'm going to do my stitching. Remember, we don't want big running stitches. We want nice, even little stitches, not great big tacking stitches as we reach the end. They don't all have to be exactly the same. My ruler must be going up slightly there. Okay, then we can turn it round like that. Line it up point to point. I'm going slightly above there. Okay. Let's go back again. I want that as a nice deep line. Pick your ruler up. Okay, straight across. And then just up slightly, because you want to put your stitching in. I did the stitching in a different colour on the other one, but I quite like it. I like this pretty peacock colour. I should be really sad. We've got another year with it and then it will disappear, which is really sad because I love it. Okay, so there's my stitching. Okay, so I've got my lines and my stitching. So that's good. So I'm going to leave that to one side to dry. And we're going to bring in the inside piece. Now this is our inside piece, okay? This was all done in Pretty Peacock in one colour. Just pop my ruler away. This time I think we're going to use Bermuda Bay. Okay. Are my missing stamp sets with you? Yes, Shirley, they're not missing. They're with me. I said that I would post them down to you when I post next month's order. Otherwise, it's going to cost me another £5 postage, my darling. But yes, they have come in on back order. So they're currently sat on my desk and they'll be down to you with next month's kit. Okay. So there we go. Morning, Linda. Right, hang on. Right, so again, I've inked it up. Make sure it's up the right way because that would help. 1, 2, 3. Just gives you a really lovely effect at the corner. I had 8 stamp sets I was waiting for this time, Shirley, because so many of them have been so popular. So I've got 4 people's stamp sets actually sat on my desk. Right, so, oh, I don't need to put, do you know, I was going to put those back in the elastic band, but I need them. I was getting all carried away then. Right, so let's pop that one to one side because I can clean it. And that one now is almost ready, almost to go into our card. Right, our strips. So as you can see, we've got a pretty peacock piece, which I've got the right piece cut there. Look. So I've got a pretty peacock piece. I have got, I'm hoping I've got the right size pieces. No, and do you know what? I've put my cardstock away. What a pain in the what's it. I think I'm going to do Whisper White, then Pretty Peacock, I don't want to stamp on that, or do I? No. Right. We can sort it. It's not a problem. Right, we definitely want that one. I definitely want to stamp on this one and show you. Okay, so this is, I need a 1/2 inch piece. Let's grab my trimmer. Oops. Wonderful. May just have to order some markers. Oh dear. Shirley, don't tell the girls. The markers are beautiful. So if you're going to order markers, make sure you let me know before your June, before I do the order for the June kit. Right, so that's what we've got there. Okay, so we've got our strip, which is really good. Do you know what? On my desk, I normally have oodles and oodles and oodles of scrap. I'm going to see what I can find in a minute. So that's the first bit that we're going to do. So we need to punch our ends. So I always work with my these punches this way up. You've got 1 inch, 3/4 of an inch and 1/2 inch. So with your inch, and because this is a man, I'm doing it on the squared off end. Okay. So I've turned it over and you can see that it's right at the end, and I can punch, get rid of that bit, turn it over right at the end and punch, and I can get rid of that bit. Okay, pop that in the bin. No, the wrong green. Have a cunning plan. If you haven't got the cardstock to hand, so I'm going to cut this piece to 3/4 of an inch. So if you are out and about and you're creating a project and you find, like me this morning, that you haven't got all the necessary bits, but you've got your markers, there is a top trick. So let's do this to start with. Is it this one I want? Yes. Right. So I'm going to colour this. Okay. Now I know we're not going to need all of it, but I definitely need it to look like. So I'm going to pop that to one side to dry. I'll do the edge. And I'll do the ends when we've punched it out. Right, if we just leave that to dry a minute. So another use for your markers, look, if you haven't got your right cardstock, there you go. Right, so I don't want those bits. Pop them out the way. So I'll punch that one out in a minute, leave it to dry, and that's that one. So now we're going to do our sentiment, and I'm going to use the light and the dark. Okay, so the first bit I'm going to do is the You're My. Okay, so again, we're going to use the brush end, and I'm going to need my right, I'm tilting this in the hopes that you can see it. Right, so I'm being quite careful not to get it on the person, which is the biggest bit. Okay, I think I've got enough on there. Right, this took about 4 attempts in practice, so bear with me. So You're My is there. No, I'm not happy with that. It's not straight. Oh, it's gone dark. Hang on. The sun's gone in. Did you see that? Hang on. Let's turn the light on. There we go. So, checking I haven't got it anywhere I shouldn't. And that I'm happy with the inking. Sometimes it really doesn't look as though you've got a lot on there. Right, so You're My, hopefully, straight. Oh, we're not doing very well this morning. Slightly smaller, right, let's use that bit. That's about right. Okay, let's clean the stamp. If it's going to go wrong, it's going to go wrong on camera, isn't it? But as I said, it took about 4 attempts. It literally is just lining it up. And I'm not happy unless it's lined up straight. Okay. Last go. Whatever happens now, this is how it is. You're My. Dunno. Right, okay, that's good. I'm happy with that. So, now we want to do person, okay? So I'm going to pop that one away. And we're going to do the person. So you don't want to get anything of this dark colour above. I would encourage you, I know it's just gone wrong for me, but I would encourage you to have a go at this and practice, because it gives you so much more scope with your stamps. You're My person. There you go. You're My person. Oh, I'm a bit impressed with that. Right, so, and I just want to do that, and I don't want it so dark, so I'm going to stamp it off once, twice, and then I just want it like that, just so it's there. Okay, so I can move those out of the way. Right, now we're going to be able to bring the punch in. So again, we're using the 1/2 inch strip here. I need to trim some of this off. A pair of snips. And I'm going to feed this in upside down into the groove, so that when I turn it over, A, I can make sure that I'm quite happy with it and it's central, but B, I can make sure I haven't cut any of my sentiment off. Okay, so straight down. Check that I'm not cutting my sentiment off before I punch. So that's our centerpiece, okay? That's good. It's going to fit on there perfectly. So let's just trim. Possibly a bit more. Okay, so this is this bit, which is going to fit in there. Just going to feed it down. Make sure it's straight. And I'm quite happy with it. Okay, and punch it. Turn it round. Make sure it's straight and I'm happy, and punch it out. Okay, so we've got all 3 of our layers. Get rid of all the rubbish. Oh, look at that. Perfect. You'd never know if you weren't here that I'd forgotten that, would you? And that I hadn't bought all the stuff to play this morning. Okay, so let's find the dimensionals, so we can start to put all these bits together now. So, can you see this? Can you see that? That beautiful little bit of embossing folder. That's one of the new embossing folders in the Forever Fern suite. Absolutely stunning. I was working with it yesterday. So, I'm going to use some edge along there. Snip that bit. Okay. So that's the top one. Doorbell. Quick, Catherine, it might be a parcel. Okay. Oops. Make sure it's fairly central. Okay. I'll add some dimensionals. Oh, doesn't want to come off. On that one. Okay. That's that one. In the centre there. Okay, so that's those bits ready to go. I'm going to keep those out because we need them just in a minute. So then we can add these bits to our fronts and our inside. Okay, so let's just do this one for the inside. I seem to have, definitely think I'm getting to the end of the roll on this. There's not much left and I can see a red line. There we go. Right. My card is opening at the top, so I want this one to be like this. So there we go. That's ready for your sentiment. Let's grab this one. Okay. Now you could obviously have it going whichever way you want. So this one I'm going to have it going the opposite way. Right, and before I stick anything else on, now it's all dry, I'm just going to go over the top to make sure there are no horrible pencil marks, because nobody needs to know that that's how we drew that. Then just grab a few more dimensionals. Okay. Right, and we're going to, oops, that was nearly upside down. I've got a dirty mark there. Right, so I'm changing this and it's going there. Okay. Excuse me. Let's grab our little dots. These are the new in colour dots. They go beautifully with this. Just going to take a pick. Put Sammy Snail out the way. Okay, right. So, just going to have one green one up there now. And then I'm going to have one. Right, if this happens to you, it's all going wrong this morning, look, and on camera. If you pick these up, and when you pick them up, you burst the bubble off the top, use a glue dot, okay? Pop it onto the bubble. Oh. Hang on. you go. Perfect fix. Okay. It's if you don't catch them right, you lift them, which is really annoying. One, two, three. Oh, I've got, so do I put 2 up there, and that would give us 5, wouldn't it? Yeah, right. So we're going to have our 2 up there. Okay, so we've got 2 and 3 this time. So that, my lovely friends, is our card for Saturday this week. So next week, we've got 3 projects. I'm going to show you one of them in a minute. So that's our 2 cards for today. You're liking these stamps. See, I told you, Pauline, you'd all like them. Nobody believed me. Good morning, Karen. How are you? Okay, right. Let's show you one of the cards that we're going to be doing next week. So let's show you the suite we're going to be working with next week. Right, so I think it's a good thing that those couple of things went wrong, because now I know how to fix it if it goes wrong for you. Great, Linda. Right, okay, so we are going to be working with next week. I'm glad I'm educating all the time, Linda. It makes me feel so much better. Oh, I love the fact it all goes wrong for me on camera. Wait till Monday morning. Right, so Monday we're going to be working with Birds and Branches. Okay, absolutely love this stamp set. Obviously being bird and having been bird for so long, Birds and Branches is one of my favourite stamp sets. So this is a beautiful new stamp set. It's got stamps and dies to match. It's absolutely lovely. And this is our first card. Okay. And this is the inside. So this is the card for Monday morning. Every day is a school day. Actually, Linda, do you know what? I think we learn something every day, and every day we find something to be grateful for. Living with an attitude of gratitude is a really good thing. So I'm grateful for the fact that I have Stampin' Up in my life, because I love doing this. So that's my gratitude for today. So Monday morning, 11 a.m, Birds and Branches. This one we're going to be working with Pear Pizzazz. So if you have the products at home and you wanted to stamp along with me, you would be able to. We are using Birds and Branches, we are using the Fern stamp set, and the cardstock is Pear Pizzazz and Whisper White. Okay, so my lovely friends, let's turn you up and around. Hang on a minute, I've got to work out how I did this. Hang on, let's turn you back that way. Hand over there. There we go. Hello, 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 hello. Oh, right. So there we go. So that was today's card. I hope you really, really enjoyed it. I enjoyed making that one, actually. And I will see. I hope you have a good day tomorrow. And I will see you on Monday for Monday's tutorial. Next week, I will be doing tutorials on Monday, Thursday, and and Friday. There won't be one on Saturday morning next week, because I am at a virtual craft retreat. Oh, good morning. I'm pleased to see you. You're looking forward to every morning, and every morning 3 things you're looking forward to, every night 3 things you are grateful for. Result, good mental health. Yes, that's very true, Linda, very true. So yeah, so I am at a virtual craft retreat next weekend, and I am one of the presenters as well, which is a bit nerve-wracking. I've had to do videos and stuff for it. It's a private paid-for retreat, which is going to be fun, lots of fun. It's a team retreat, so I'm really, really excited about that. So next week there will be lives on Monday, Thursday, and Friday. Okay, and I will see you all on Monday. Have a lovely day tomorrow. Stay safe, stay well, and I will see you all on Monday. Ta-ra for now.